As the media continues to lie about the situation at the border, as their socialist party of Pelosi, Warren, and Schumer continue to do nothing but obstruct progress, while their anarchist minions cause chaos in the streets, something is becoming increasingly clear. Progressives treat our borders the same way they treat our children's schools. They make them less safe. They favor criminals and demonize the law-abiding, and ultimately, they prefer both our borders and our schools to be completely unsecured. Liberal politicians create conditions for criminals to thrive. At Parkland, it was the Obama-era school discipline reform policies pushed by then-Secretary of Education Arne Duncan and carried out by Superintendent Robert Runcie with the help of Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel that allowed a psychopath who should have been behind bars to legally obtain a gun. These cowards preferred looking the other way while allowing a student, like the monster who killed his peers and teachers, to threaten others. The shooter had the police and FBI called on him dozens of times, posted sadistic things on social media. He even called the authorities on himself. But removing a monster like that from society would have looked bad. It wouldn't have been PC. It wouldn't have been more paperwork is what it would have been. So they turned the other way. And in doing so, they set in motion a massacre. It's just one of many failures caused by liberal policies that infect nearly every government agency, from schools to police, from the State House to D.C. The same story is now unfolding on our borders. President Obama and the feckless leaders beneath him refused to do the right thing. It was too difficult. It wasn't PC. So instead, they put America second and made our borders weak. Whether refusing to reform failed policies or by enacting more bad ones, they made it clear. They favored illegals over innocent Americans. Just like in Parkland, on the border, they favor a look-the-other-way strategy. One enables school shooters, the other enables gang members and terrorists. The moment these backwards policies fail, the moment lives are lost in our schools or on our border, well, Democrats, left-wing friends in the media, are always there to clean up the mess, or at least try. After every school shooting, what does our media do? They idolize the killer and criminalize the law-abiding. They blame guns while saying the shooter was bullied. They call NRA members terrorists while making famous the monsters who terrorize the law-abiding. They call us, NRA members, child murderers, while their coverage of the actual child killers lead them to get fan letters in jail. We are seeing the same thing happen at our border. The media has turned criminals into martyrs. Yes, it is still illegal to sneak into the United States. These reporters push stories comparing our brave Border Patrol agents to Nazis. They encourage their violent anarchist foot soldiers to publicize the home addresses of ICE agents. They eagerly run stories, giving a voice to the violent left that promotes the actual murder of these brave American heroes. Yet we are called terrorists. How backwards is that? If not, it's not if you're a left-wing ideologue hell-bent on creating chaos in America. So what Pelosi, Schumer, and Warren, what Jim Acosta, Rachel Maddow, Joe Scarborough, what Chris Cuomo, and the rest of them do is use distraught, crying children to achieve their goal. They exploit them, just as they run to the scenes of school shootings, sticking microphones in the faces of traumatized kids, distraught, crying children to achieve their goal. And what do the Democrats in Congress do? They give speeches about more gun control before the number of victims are even confirmed. They give speeches about open borders with no regard for the victims of illegal aliens. All of it is designed to disparage our president and his quest to keep us safe. But here is what is so sick. These anti-American liberal leaders actually want to keep our nation in a state of chaos. They want open borders, but most of all, they want crying children so they can blame President Trump for their tears. Immigration, gun control, those are the two issues they have lost their minds over because safety has never been their top priority. Politics has.